Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey everybody, it's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, my name is Dunlap, the man. I am the host of this podcast. You probably know me best for opening beer cans loud into the microphone.
All right.
Can you believe what you just heard?
What?
What a miraculous time to be alive.
Man, alive.
Folks, hold on, let me.
What are you doing?
It's bad luck to open a beer can on a podcast and not drink it.
Well, you better drink it. If you open it, you're supposed to drink it. Don't matter where you at.
Waste not, want not. Folks, it's good to be back here to talk about all the wonderful things that have been happening.
Yeah. Oh, they shot up another school. Yeah. Another person shot up a school, yeah.
I was making a joke.
Huh?
I was trying to keep it light.
Well, how can you? That happens every other damn week. It don't need to be light or whatever it is. All the damn time.
We were going to do a podcast on the day the news broke about the school, and Jackie said, don't even come over here.
I ain't won't talk about it. Mad as hell. I wouldn't be able to get anything out of my mouth. I ain't going to talk in. Mad and tore up everything else. I ain't going to do it. No, sir.
I said, well, wouldn't it help you just to see a friend, a friendly face?
Not you. No. You did.
That's what he said.
I didn't want to see you.
No. Right to me. Right to my face. He said that.
Wasn't in the mood. Wasn't in the mood to do it. It wouldn't have made no sense no matter what I would have said. Anyhow, just been gibberish, me screaming and hollering. But anyway.
So a lot's happened since we were last with you. Most of it horrifying, terrible, depressing. And sometimes you get your hopes up, but what you're hopeful for is just the president to go to jail. Yeah. And that's not a great... It's like when you're a kid, you want a pony. Actually, I don't know no kid that ever wanted a pony. I wanted like a lightsaber or something. Not a pony.
That was before I had, which that's saber, Star Wars stuff. Before then, they had westerns. You wanted a horse. That's how it worked.
Or a gun.
Well, one of those two. Both. A lot of people want both.
Do you think that that's maybe part of the problem? Not horses.
I don't think if people go watch a bunch of old John Wayne movies, they're going to go shoot something up. To me, I don't understand that. Now, video games, all that stuff I don't understand because I don't.
So those must be the problem.
Well, it's something I don't know the first thing about, so it could be. Hell. A big problem is no matter what it is this boy, crazy man, whatever, go down the street, go to Walmart, wherever, and get a AR, those guns. I ain't no business having one. I'm going to say it again. I don't see any business to have that unless you want to kill a bunch of school children. I don't see... or a bunch of people in Las Vegas or wherever the hell. I don't see any other use for it besides the military having it. That's me.
There seems to be something going on here, if you hear the words of Jackie Bros, longtime conservative Republican.
They ain't going to come get my shotguns. I think the policy should be, you get the NRA on board with it or whoever else. I don't understand because NRA still going to make a lot of money with that selling the why do they have to sell that? I know that's a popular gun among crazy people. I understand. But other than that, you going to make all your money on your shotguns, your rifles, your pistols. I mean, it ain't like you're going to go out of business if they get rid of these assault weapons. They're going to do all right.
They've figured out a way to sell to an entire country that it's cool that we keep shooting kids at school. That's cool. They figured out a way to do that. They can't figure out a way to make money off shotgun shells.
And it don't make any sense to me.
They figured out how to market to us that we can live with the fact that we might get mown down at the mall.
Yeah.
when you go to Kroger, here's what you need to do in case of a mass shooting event. Keep this in mind while you're stocking up on pimento cheese.
Yeah.
They can sell that to us, but they can't figure out a way to make money off gun racks. Like, I think they're creating problems for themselves. Why don't they just walk that? Also, we're imagining that the whole game here is money. But some of them may just think that we are a safer country with our children getting shot during social studies than we are without 16 AR-15s at Grandpa's house.
Yeah. I know people like what I know about 3 or 4 people that have these kind of weapons. And I know they ain't going to do nothing like this. But all they do with it is shoot things in the back. We'll go out the field or something, and they enjoy shooting. And I understand that. You shoot a powerful gun, and but can't you give that up? If you like, I can't have target practice in my back damn yard. That's more important than shooting up another school. I don't understand it.
I don't know what there is a fantasy world of, well, what if it's Red Dawn? I thought I should start getting the 30-year-old references in pretty early.
Yeah, Red Dawn, that's old Swazzy, Patrick Swazzy. Yeah, I remember.
Swazzy, exactly.
Come in the house, yeah.
That's probably a bad choice because obviously no one's afraid of Russia. But no, this is actually a good example of the disconnect here, because they would be afraid of a Red Dawn situation, but are not afraid of the complete control Russia has over the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Russia has already Red Dawned you stupid motherfuckers.
Well,
they are shooting kids in the face in fucking Florida, and Russia is controlling the fucking president, but you are too fucking stupid to realize you got Red Dawned in the ass.
Yeah. Well,
congratulations.
All right, watch your language.
Wayne LaPierre.
Watch your language.
Jesus Christ.
They ain't going to break. I
thought I was ready to do this.
Russians don't break your door down and try to shoot you. They come through the computer now. Hell, they come out of the White House now. I'm saying, like you said, yeah.
They're all over. It's like a silverfish infestation, except that's hard to say.
Well, it's silverfish
infestation.
Silverfish infrastructure.
So, folks, there's a fantasy that Obama's going to reclaim the White House and send his brown shirts. Remember we used to say that?
I remember. I was concerned about it, yeah.
That was funny.
Well,
we were funny back then.
I was concerned, yeah.
He's going to send the brown shirts in to take control of the country. We're going to need them guns to defend ourselves. And, yet, one kid walks in and just mows down a bunch of other kids. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That's what you should be worried about.
Well, yeah. That's happening all the time.
That's happening. We have been at war for 20 years with our fucking selves.
Yeah.
People are walking into places every day, and we talk about them as if they were battles in some stupid war, like Columbine or Bowling Green. Remember the big Bowling Green killing in Conway? Yeah,
that was the worst one. Yeah.
We talk about they're like battlefields, like here in Murfreesboro, we got the Civil War battlefields. We talk about these mass shooting locations as if they were battle in some war, but the war is against ourselves. We're just killing ourselves.
Yeah. If an NRA want to keep the guns in everybody in hands, I'll kind of just give money to them if that's what the job is. Russia, and of course that's what I hear they're doing. They're on the computer everywhere. Everybody mad about the guns things and all. You was trying to explain it to me. It's bots, robots, right?
The bots are Russian bots, Jack.
Russian robots. They're inside the computer. The Russian robot, and of course they're trying to egg this on and start all this stuff. Which I guess it come out, 13 indictments? Ain't nothing going to happen with that, but still, Mueller had 13 indictments for Russians.
Yeah.
Infiltrating the election and whatnot. Yeah.
They should. I don't want to give ISIS ideas, but if I was ISIS, I would take a page. I guess I am just giving ISIS ideas, but I just take a page out of Russia's playbook and say, hey, we're going to take all this money we're raising. How does ISIS raise money?
Hell, I don't know.
The Saudis,
I guess.
So they would take all that money and just say, we're just going to give it to the NRA because they're doing a pretty good job of fucking shit up over there.
Watch your mouth.
Keeping things unstable.
They're doing it themselves, yeah. We just sit back. Let them,
Now, look, we're not saying get rid of all guns, obviously. Jackie.
My plan is everybody we get rid of all these AR-15s, every single one of them, all these high-caliber, fast-killing weapons. They kill a bunch of people at once. There ain't no reason, as far as I'm concerned, ain't no reason to have them except to having fun in the backyard and the hell with that at this point. A bunch of children dying for your right to have a good time on the weekend, drinking beer, shooting that gun to hell with you. I had enough of it. Like I said, I know about 4 or 5 people, and I'll tell it to their face. I'll tell them when I see them next time. But the time for that, it's over. But you get rid of all of those, everybody, even people who don't like guns, you still got to have one. It's teach you responsibility and put it in the thing. Everybody gets a pistol. Everybody gets a shotgun. That's it. Now, people still going to shoot each other. You're damn right.
And you have to take a pistol.
Yeah, you have to, even if you don't want to. It's a government. You have to own it. You have to have it.
One pistol and one shotgun.
Right. And you get your training and stuff like that. You just don't give it to anybody until, somebody needs to teach them how to use it.
Can you have more than one pistol?
Well, look into it. Background, whatever. Background's look.
Well, we start there. Everybody gets a
Everybody
pistol.
gets, if you want more, we'll cross that road to get there. But let's start out there.
And they're not necessarily fancy or new.
No, just,
whatever they got.
Well, yeah.
You're not entitled to the best pistol.
Well, I'm sure people, it's like anything else in the world. If you got money, you're going to spend it on the nicest one, But, the people that ain't got money, you still got to, here you go.
Now, some things would still happen. Things are still
Of course
there
would. People are going to shoot each other. People are going to knife each other. People are going to do all that. People are going to run over each other in cars. People are always going to kill each other. I ain't going to stop that. But I do want to stop killing about, 17 children in a matter of minutes. I've had it with that.
Las Vegas would probably still happen.
That's the worst one.
That guy was crazy and was... What am I'm just talking about, well, this one could happen, but this mass shooting probably would happen. I'm not sure about this one. The one in the school, we would probably, Jesus Christ. What in the fuck?
Hey, watch your mouth. Yeah, boy, whatever you want to call him, is shot up a school. If you took this off him, only way he had to get a gun like that was in a back alley and figure out this and meet this and whatnot. You could tell by the mind of that. He ain't going to go through all that. He going, well, now the Las Vegas guy, you're right. Now, he would. That's somebody who's going to figure out
he enjoyed shopping.
Yeah, he was going to get all that. But that boy just walked into Walmart or wherever the hell he went, and nobody said a thing to him.
If you take Walmart out of the situation, why can't it be like them weird counties you go to where, like, the government runs the liquor store?
Yeah.
Nobody bitches about that. Like the county-run liquor store. You ever been to one of them places? They parcel it out, like out west, like in Utah or somewhere. It's like, here, the county runs the damn liquor store.
Yeah.
Make all that money.
I should make correction. I don't think a boy literally bought it at Walmart. Might as well could have is what I'm saying. I don't want to get my Walmart mixed up in this. Although I'm sure people that bought guns at Walmart had killed people with them. I don't doubt that, but I don't think this is a particular case. Here, I don't think whatever you want to call it.
Do you ever buy a gun and not imagine possibly killing somebody with it? I mean, it must cross your mind. Not somebody innocent, but when you get a gun, you're like, hope I don't have to turn this on an enemy. I mean, do you ever get a gun like, oh, good, a gun that I'll never use on a human being?
Well, hopefully you don't.
I know they're for deer or whatever, a fucking turkey or...
watch your mouth.
To intimidate people, but there must be some. It never crosses your mind that you're holding it in the Walmart or taking it out at Walmart or going to the Walmart person. Hey, can I see that gun over there? And yeah, here you go. And they look at it. You go to the gun show and let me see that gun I'm going to use for hunting deer. But it just you ever buy one of your guns and you don't think for a second like someday I'm going to have to defend my home. I'm not saying defending your home is bad, but
no.
you must always think about shooting somebody when you get a gun.
You should always think it's a possibility. That's the reason you're always careful with guns and whatnot. Think if it goes, because how many youngins pull it off a shelf, get shot, or shoot the daddy or mama. That happens all the time too. Well, that's a whole different discussion. That's people not being responsible with these weapons, which you should be. And I think everybody needs to learn how to do it. I don't know how you pay for that, but everybody needs to take a damn class so they know how to use it, whatever the hell they bought.
Pistol, you get your shotgun, and you got to go to gun school.
Yep. Like at least a mandatory week of gun school, I think, which is part of it, yeah. Even if you hate guns, you got to do it. And you lock them up, put them, do what you want with them when you get them home, but you better have them. Hopefully it don't ever...
I think you should get a gun safe. You learn that in school. Probably you need to give people like a gun safe or a gun.
That's what you're supposed to put them. Yes, you're supposed to put them in a case, a gun case, lock it up.
At least a gun sack.
Yeah, well, gun sack too, but you got to make sure that I used a gun sack. You got to make damn sure those knots are tight as hell. When you put them in a gun sack, you tie it up tight.
Now, are you going to take guns off the shelves at all your Jackie's markets?
Well, we don't sell AR-15. You know damn well we don't sell any of that. Sell rifles. And some, I think, 1 or 2 stores sell pistols. Like I said, that's what I'm talking about.
And sometimes guns for dogs.
Well,
formerly.
The dog is doing your will with the gun that was supposed to work and be strapped on the head, which I don't... It's a long story.
We'll address all this in the sponsor section.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Felt we should
something serious. Yeah.
Bring it up. If people have been listening to us for a long time, we've spent a lot of time where you're on here bashing guns. And how many guns do you own?
I ain't bashing. I'm bashing these damn the war weapons or whatnot, the military weapons. Nobody need that.
We could tighten things up. Right? I mean, do we have to treat guns this loosey-goosey? Can't we tighten them up like a fucking...
Hey, watch your mouth. If something feels different about this, and I don't know why, I guess these children, speaking for the minds.
That's where I started before I went off on this rant, is when the president of the United States is a giant asshole, and he's like... kisses the NRA on the mouth, that makes you start to think that maybe the NRA is also a giant asshole.
Right.
So maybe you're a super conservative, gun-loving American like Jackie Broyles, and then a bunch of kids in the school get shot, and you look at the president, and you start to put 2 and 2 together, and you're like, maybe I'm going to turn against guns because Trump likes guns. Trump doesn't even like guns.
He don't know first thing about a gun.
Trump likes money from people who likes guns. Trump likes votes from people who likes guns.
Yeah. Now, his boys go over to Africa and shoot animals. He don't go with them, does he?
I'm sure he shot at an animal from a padded seat on a Jeep.
Yeah. He might have done that in his younger days, but these days he ain't going to Africa these days.
Has he shot more guns or read more Bibles?
That's a toss-up right there. It's both is going to be, neither is going to go over. I don't know. I'm going to say he shot more guns.
He's held more guns than
he holds them all the time. Yeah, like, hey, get a picture of me of this.
Hey, can I touch it?
Yeah. It's the same. Let me get in the fire truck. What kind of gun is that? Let me hold it, get a picture. That sort of thing. Yeah. But yeah, it seems like people had enough of this. I hope that's the case. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
If Trump is on the NRA side, that is going to do a lot of damage to the NRA side.
Well, yeah.
I didn't expect. This is a weird side effect of Trump being president, but I wonder if some gun control is going to get passed.
Let's see. You said it seemed like you need to do something at some point. People getting tired of it. And I hate the circumstances from which this is the reason this is happening, and it's the most tragic, horrible thing in the world. But I have to say, I enjoy watching school children scream at Marco Rubio. I like
that's
it.
The best.
When
I like seeing
everybody
scream at Marco Rubio, but I didn't know watching kids do it was going to be the best.
Well, it's children doing it, yeah. But they go, I think we're supposed to be Wednesday night, which we're supposed to do one of these. We're going to make up for one not doing one last week. But I think Wednesday night, Marco Rubio is going to talk to these children on TV. Whew. I don't know if I watch it. I like the highlights, just when they scream at him.
They've been through enough.
They have been. I don't know why they want to put themselves through. And let me say, these children, bless your hearts, you've been through enough. And they're saying, people are saying the meanest things to these children and sending them mean stories or mean words about them on the computer, on the Twitters and the Facebooks and all that stuff. And I'm sitting there, these kids are brave to stand up and put up with all that. And then I realized, well, hell, they got shot up a few days ago. The hell, what do I care about a botch cussing me or people saying something bad about me? The hell with that. I saw my friends get killed. So good for these children. I'm sorry you have to put up with that. It's just, in this day and age, that's how politics is. You got somebody doing something, the other person saying you need to die, or the hell with you, or what. I mean, this president legitimized that kind of language and that kind of attitude. I know people always were that way, but we usually had the decency not to do it in front of everybody. But now that's how everybody acts all the time.
I do like the fact that they get more likes than he does on their tweets bashing him.
Yeah, there's these teenagers that putting up, because you showed me Twitters and had what to say and how many people hit the button. And you got the president running his mouth he's Twitter swats said it was FBI. These children died because the FBI was investigating Russia. That's what he said. And people are like, that can't believe. There ain't no bar low enough for him. Of course he said that. I was waiting for that almost. But everybody, I'm sorry, this is the lowest you ever been. Well, wait and see. I don't know about that yet. It's pretty bad. It's always bad.
That's what you say when you get pulled over for a speeding ticket. Like, why ain't you out there chasing real crimes?
Yeah.
Stopping me for going 80.
Yep. Why don't you stop trailing? You know trailing as a shield for that Russia thing. It two ain't got nothing to do.
I'm going to do that next time I get pulled over.
Don't work that way. There's offices in each state. There's several divisions. They do a lot of things at the same time.
Listen, give me your badge number because I want to report to your superior that there was a school shooting in Florida last week and you out here pulling my ass over. I'm trying to get to the fucking mall.
Yeah.
Before Cinnabon closes, you piece of shit.
Hey.
Why don't you save a kid's life instead of out here running me down?
And also I keep wanting to ask this.
I went to school with your wife. She's a piece of shit too.
Watch your mouth. What within legal term could the FBI or the police do? This guy's acting real weird. You get over his house right now. What's the law that they can... to me, the law needs to be with the guy that's acting weird. You want him, you want people just to snatch people up like he
does.
That's what people are acting funny. He ain't right. You need to go out there. So that's okay for the government to do that. But by God, if they try to make these guns. You're worried about the gun thing, and yet you want people just picking people up out of the house. Why not just make it where weird people can't get the damn gun that kills a bunch of damn people?
People should be able to get help. It's not an either or.
Well, yeah.
You should be able to get the help, and you should be able not to get the guns. But what really benefits Trump and a lot of Trump's buddies who are supporting him in Congress right now is when they create an atmosphere of paranoia and fear across the board. So, yes, let's report anybody who's acting suspicious. Let's call up and tell the police that they're acting weird. Let's watch our neighbors. Where are you from, sir? Where are your papers? How long have you been here? Can we ship you somewhere? We need to ship more people somewhere is Donald Trump's solution to every problem in this country.
Yep.
Somehow... the fact that anybody can fucking get a gun
watch him out.
Never enters into it. But, yes, let's round people up. We need to round people up. Should we look at Donald Trump's tweets? Jesus, I'm exhausted already.
I know. I don't want to see him. I heard about that one. That's bad enough.
Let's just run through them. I think we can get a good overview of the weeks.
Oh, hell, I don't.
Here's how he caps off today. He had a big Twitter day today, Jackie.
I don't know. He does it on his phone, right?
Is this Sunday?
It's Sunday when we're
Sunday.
talking, yeah.
Yeah, it's a President's Day weekend. Man, can we just throw that? Can we report that holiday to the police and have them round that holiday up and throw it in the goddamn river?
Hey, watch him out.
Ruined. I think it's about Washington, right? It's about George Washington.
Something like that. Well, all right, they all were up to a point.
My great friends from NASCAR. Here's how you cap off a good day of tweeting about, running away from responsibility and letting Russia do whatever it wants. My great friends from NASCAR are having their big race today, the Daytona 500. Brian France and the France family are special people. Enjoy the race. Enjoy the race. Oh, boy, Brian France, man.
This is a day for you want the president to mention your name. Yeah.
You and that Facebook ad exec. And Ken Starr. Thank you to Ken Starr, former independent counsel, Whitewater. Just so we don't confuse scandals.
Yeah.
For your insight and powerful words on FISA abuse, Russian meddling, really great interview with Maria Bartiromo. He loves Maria Bartiromo.
Yeah.
Again, you don't really want to get called out by the president. This is a bad day.
Yeah.
Get called out by the president.
Yeah. The NRA don't even want to support today.
Great pollster John McLaughlin. This is a good group of people to be called out. Great pollster John McLaughlin now has the GOP up in the generic congressional ballot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not
big gain over last 4 weeks. I guess people are loving the big tax cuts given them by the Republicans, the represidents. I almost said that's rebranding. That's free, Democrats. You can have that. The cuts the Dems want to take away. We need more Republicans.
Yeah.
Then he retweeted a political cartoon with an elderly Wolf Blitzer. Listen, can I just describe this cartoon? Donald Trump, the fake news of big ratings loser, CNN, is what he says here. And it's this cartoon, CNN, the year 2038. And it's Wolf Blitzer, and he's bald and has a cane.
That's good already.
Because you always carry your cane on the air.
Yeah.
Update. We should see evidence of Russia-Trump collusion any day now.
Yeah.
In the year 2038. But, and this is important, he's wearing a button on his coat. It says Wolf Blitzer, so you know it's him.
Oh, you could tell who it is. I can't see it.
I might have could. I don't want to come down too hard on him.
Well, he got a certain look to him, that's for sure. If anybody's on TV, even if you see out of peripheral, I know that's Wolf Blitzer right there. He's distinctive looking gentleman.
If it was the goal of Russia to create discord, disruption, and chaos within the U.S., then with all the committee hearings, investigations, and party hatred, they have succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. They're laughing their asses off in Moscow. Get smart, America.
Well, he's right about them laughing butts off.
Yeah,
that's true. That part, they enjoying the hell out of this, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Then he retweets Mike Pence, but I'm not going to read that one.
Well, it ain't funny.
Now that Adam Schiff is this is all today. Now that Adam Schiff is starting to blame President Obama for Russian meddling in the election, he's probably doing so as yet another excuse that the Democrats, led by their fearless leader, crooked Hillary Clinton, lost the 2016 election. But wasn't I a great candidate? That doesn't even make sense. Now that I never said Russia did not meddle.
He did say that a few times. I saw somebody talking about that. Yeah,
I said it may be Russia or China or another country or group, or it may be a 400-pound genius sitting in bed and playing with his computer. In quotes. He put those words in quotes. The Russian hoax was that the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. It never did. This isn't a good idea to read his tweets. I mean, there's like 18 more of them.
We're going to find some more out about who colluded with who. Because today, this happened just before we got on here on talking. Gates, his name?
Yeah.
Now, another one, somebody on his staff or somebody, a campaign manager, gonna roll over on Manofort. I don't know why that's funny to me. That's just funny.
Like to imagine somebody rolling over on Manofort,
I guess
literally.
so. Just I see it in my head when I say it out loud. I just
Like they're in prison, he rolls off one bunk and ow!
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but anyhow, he's gonna roll on.
Can you
Manofort.
imagine Steve Bannon rolling over on you though?
Oh, good God! I don't want to think about that. Just from the fluids.
It would be. It'd be like turning a zombie over on you. What would leak out? What would ooze off of him?
Don't ever turn him sideways on nothing. Steve Bannon sit him in a chair, let him stand up. If you lay him sideways, something's coming out the ear, nose, somewhere, pores. Yeah.
The amounts of fluids and gases in Steve Bannon, it's like he's a corpse, but he's alive.
Balance is real important with Steve Bannon. He needs to be just right. It's bad enough that way. Look at him. You flip him on the side, it's going to get worse.
It's like when you're eating something you didn't know there was like a runny egg in it, and you're like, what is secreting here?
Yeah. I don't think about it. But it's Bill Gates is doing all the rolling. It's not Bill Gates, that's a computer man.
Rick Gates.
Rick Gates, what am I saying? Rick Gates, he's the one that's going to roll all over Manofort.
Uh-huh.
So what he's trying to do is flip Manofort. What does Manofort know? You going to prison or you going to flip? Of course, what the hell's Flynn telling him? We don't know. Don't nobody know. Bannon sat and talked to Mueller, all damn weekend, wasn't it? How many days?
He may have just been lonely.
Well, that's true. He ain't nobody else talked to him.
I think on Twitter, all the Democrats are hopeful that this means that Manafort will flip on Trump.
Well, that's what
roll
everybody
over
wants
on
to.
Trump.
That's what everybody wants him to, yeah.
Did you ever see the Strange Brew movie? Bob and Doug McKenzie, you remember?
No.
Canada funnies?
No.
Drink beer? I showed you that once.
I think it did, yeah.
Don't they roll over on each other a lot in the insane asylum? You remember that?
Something like that sounds familiar, yeah. But well, yeah, I remember that. That's what it just said, bulldozer. Something like that. No, steamroller. Steamroller. And roll over the drunk one.
Clip of the week. Well, when Trump's in prison, he'll have plenty of time to watch the Strange Brew movie starring Bob and Doug McKenzie.
I still don't know if he's going to prison, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It changes every day. I just want him out of the White House. I don't care if he goes to jail or not. Just get him the hell out of there. He can go back on TV. That's fine. I don't have to watch it. This I can't turn off. You can't change the damn channel on this. It's just like a damn TV show I had, but I didn't ever watch it.
I don't even know this show. It's not even a good show. It doesn't. It stretches believability.
It's not realistic. Yeah, that's what the main thing is. Like none of this. Yeah. And that's a bunch of bull. That can't really happen. But it all really happening. So I don't know. What's about the porno woman? There's something funny to talk about.
Oh,
porno
yeah, let's
woman.
go. We haven't even.
Porno woman. It said she can say whatever she wants to now, but she ain't gonna because we have a little. The porno woman's got more decency than the president concerning dead children. She even knows, like, give this some space, some time, and he's already on there. Anyhow, a porno woman says she did whatever. What the lawyers gave a porno woman a bunch of money.
A lawyer paid the porn star out of his own pocket, he says.
Yeah.
And she says that now she's free to talk about it because he did that.
Yeah. Something confidential.
She believes Trump's lawyer invalidated a non-disclosure agreement by publicly discussing the payment, and thus she is now free to discuss alleged 2006 affair. I believe then a school was shut up, and we may still be waiting to hear from Stormy Daniels.
Well, there's porno lady, and then there's Playboy lady.
Playboy lady who had sex with Trump. So I do doubt her judgment a little bit, but she had sex with Trump. Ronan Farrow has a story in the New Yorker about he offered her money. There's just a lot of him paying people off.
Well,
like he has sex,
yeah.
And then he expects to pay them. And this kind of goes to show a pattern of when people don't really believe the the Russian P-tape story, which I don't care if the Russian P-tape, I'm not like, just dying for that to be true. But if he's paying porn stars and making them sign non-disclosure agreements, and he's throwing money at Playboy models, like, here, get yourself something pretty, like, that disappoints her. Like, it just seems like so maybe this whole germaphobe story was something they came up with to make him seem like he's not going to have sex with prostitutes. Is there something he's really being blackmailed about? Or
why would everybody come out and say it over and over again? They did this, they did this. Now we see, now they're telling you exactly what they did and how they did it and all this stuff. And Congress, I don't know how long ago, was for sanctions, and he ain't gonna do it. And I'm telling you why he ain't gonna do it. The Russians, it'll be something that stupid. That's what it's gonna be. Everybody think espionage, they spy here, spy there. They got a tape of him getting PP'd on. That makes as much sense as anything else you come up with, as far as how stupid all this is.
But would he even care? It's hard to believe he's lying about having sex with a porn star when he doesn't have to. He could say
he could just come out. Nobody that likes him gonna give a damn one way or the other.
The church people wouldn't care if he said he was fucking a porn. He could come out and literally say the words, "I fucked a porn star," and the church people would be like, "That's fine."
That's before he got married. No, it wasn't that way. I don't think it was. I think that's while he was married.
Franklin Graham would give a sermon. He said, I've been researching the Bible, and I found in Revelation, if you look at the symbols and you look at the ancient Hebrew, and I believe that the words, I fucked a porn star, means that the Christians will be led to a great victory by that man. Daddy can't hear none of this, can he?
Who?
Daddy. Billy Graham.
Oh, yeah.
He could also say he had sex with a Playboy model and nobody would care. He could say that he hired Russian prostitutes to piss all over a bed Obama slept in and nobody would give a shit because nobody gives a fuck what he does that likes him.
Well, that's what you say. But
so why is he lying about this stuff?
Something about sexy stuff he don't like people knowing about it. Well, I guess that's all it is.
Let's get into his childhood for a second. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know first thing about it. Don't
Something
care.
at boarding school?
I don't know, but they don't like anybody knowing about that. That's what National Enquirer, too. You got to say his buddy is covered up.
Oh, right. National Enquirer.
National Enquirer's one that didn't say that's Playboy woman, not porno woman. Playboy woman, that's kind of porn, but not like porno. It's different, but still. Everybody's naked, but one anyway. I don't want to get into that. They the one that pay. They sitting on a story, and got paid to cover it up, or they paid to cover it up, or something. Hell, I don't know. But that's his buddy that runs that. That's his buddy. National Enquirer says Ted Cruz' daddy killed it, Kennedy.
That's in the newspaper next at Kroger, where you buy, the little cartons of goldfish for your kid to shut them up. Like right next to when your kid's crying in the fucking cart at Kroger.
Hey, watch it.
And you still got like 2 carts ahead of you, and you're right there looking, where's them fucking little cartons of goldfish? And also I need a Carmex. And you're looking for that shit, and it's right there. And then you look up, and it's like Obama and Clinton hired the FBI to get Trump down on there. Like, people are seeing that every time they go to the store. They don't know that the National Enquirer, is it their responsibility to know? I don't know. Send them to gun school and media training. But they see every time, they don't know that Trump's buddy runs the place. It's not even a real fucking newspaper, but in every Kroger, when you look for the goldfish, it says Obama and Clinton out to get Trump. Why can't they just let Trump do his job? Why do they got to do this? Then they go home, you turn on Fox News, it's getting to you that way. Then the fucking Facebook, Russia's coming at you out of the computer. Like there's everything is, we've just lost the battle. Like what happened? We got tricked at every fucking turn.
All right, watch your mouth.
There's no room for anybody to believe anything that is actually real anymore. It gets nudged out of your head at the store or on TV, or when you're clicking on photos of your cousin's kids on Facebook, and then your cousin saying Aunt Hillary is out to get because she learned it from a Russian fucking bot.
Yeah.
And your cousin liked Jill Stein. She's crazy. Yeah, she's crazy, but she liked Jill Stein, and she's out there to tell you that Clinton ain't trustworthy, and maybe she ain't. But we're never going to figure that out while kids are getting that way. Guns are cool.
No, not what kind of guns?
Pistol and shotgun.
Yeah.
Now, I was just saying, that's what, don't. We're believing a lot of stuff that is kind of, I don't know who the author of these beliefs are anymore. I think we've been tricked into believing a lot of things. And somehow we need to Don Draper on a hillside and come up with the Coca-Cola jingle, spoilers, so that we can fucking clear our heads for a second. Maybe we just need to yank the cord out somewhere. Is there just a plug we can do? Just unplug the printing presses, unplug the internet, unplug the Fox News, unplug the MSNBC.
All of it, yeah.
Just take a second. We just need to reset. Either humanity is just the worst.
Well, yeah.
Or we just need a quick reset. And then get back to business. Things don't have to be terrible. Black Panther breaking records.
What is it?
Teenagers yelling at the president, making sense.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a future coming and we just don't have any control of it. And it's a better future.
That's your generation that failed all them children. That's you.
What about your stupid ass generation?
Hey, I did best I could. Look at you.
I did great.
Yeah, it's your time. All them gun shooting going. Back then we had good morals, values, and tried to instill as much as I could in them. But I don't know. I know you didn't give nothing to these kids. These kids got it all on their own because you failed them. They figure, well, hell, adults ain't gonna do a damn thing, so I'm gonna have to do it.
Basically the same age as these kids yelling at the president.
No, you ain't.
I'm just shy of millennial.
And all be your children. Now you get that. All of them could be your children.
Well, the jury's still out on that.
Well, that's a great. What do you call it? Great generation, whatnot? Whatever Tom Brokaw says.
Yeah. That was a good segregationist generation you had going.
Well, all right, things weren't perfect, but we weren't shooting up our schools yet. They're just shooting black people and
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good going.
All right. I didn't do it, and I didn't tell nobody to.
No, I didn't do it. Trump over here, not me. What else did we miss? Fucking Priebus, shut up and dribble. Right? Let's just go down. Shut up and dribble. Everybody on Fox is racist except for Shep Smith. DACA.
That's the beginning of the end right there, because we're gonna start watching them ship these children that live here all their lives out of here. Ain't nobody gonna fix that. That's not gonna happen. And people are gonna. When it turns into camps, of course, they're already doing it, too. I mean, we ain't seen enough of it, but they're doing it already. People have been here all their lives and getting them out, and people that served in our damn military defending this country. That right there should be first off right there. If they spent time defending this country, there's no business. But no, putting them on a train, putting them on a car, plane, get them out.
They nearly took the nuclear football away from us when Trump was in China.
And somebody wrestled or something. That's
Kelly, this sounds to me like pro-Kelly propaganda, him trying to keep his job.
Yep.
Well, I saved the nuclear football. You got to keep me in there. And he may have a point. He's also racist and against DACA. Yeah. And then Priebus, basically, he's come out talking about his stupid book, which is...
He won't sell a book, yeah.
He won't sell a book, but also just confirming how terrible everything was.
Hey, you don't really have to confirm it. I don't have to hear it from Priebus to know something's true. You look at that.
No, you don't have to hear nothing from Priebus to know that it's true.
No, if you it's just him confirming anything. I don't need that.
That's just book. Like, oh, boy, it was awful.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Food box... we got to go back a little bit. This was going to be the big news a few days ago that they were going to take food stamps away from people and just send you something called like America's Harvest food box.
Crackers. And
say it was like Blue Apron. I guess they listen to a lot of fucking podcasts.
Hey,
but
watch your mouth.
turns out I think it'd be more like Hamburger Helper and crackers and damn goldfish in little cartons and a copy of the National Enquirer. Yep. Wrapped in a copy of the National Enquirer.
Yep.
Thrown at you from a moving military vehicle. Jesus Christ. What a week.
I can't keep up with it all.
Should I look at more of Trump's tweets?
No.
Okay. Oh, wait. I should mention that the National Enquirer publisher's name is David Pecker.
Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bros still on here.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. I'm still on here, too, with my good little sidekick, Jackie Bros.
All right.
Little Jackie Bros.
Yeah, little. I'm bigger than you are. Well, I mean, height-wise, not width, but, you know.
Trumpian.
What?
Trumpian zinger.
Height, not width. What is that?
You would have fucking made them roll in the aisles at the debates before
Oh, hell.
dismantling the country. Hey, you know what I like to do on this podcast? It's something I don't think everybody does on every other podcast. As a matter of fact, I've never even fucking...
Hey.
What the fuck was that? A beer can opening in the microphone?
Watch your mouth.
Hey, I don't know if there's such a thing as podcast awards or even, honestly, other podcasts, but... if there are awards for them, I would imagine there is a mailbox full of them somewhere.
You going about this the wrong way. You trying to get an award for a podcast award. No, sir. There's got to be some sort of competition of opening beer cans. That's what you want to pursue is that. Like these somewhere with people who opens a beer the best way. That's you going the wrong direction.
You may be right. I'm spending what? A good 90 minutes a week wasting my time on this podcast when I should be out there opening beer can after beer can and getting on the beer can opening circuit.
Well, you still opening beer can after beer can. You ain't got a problem with that. You doing it, but do it professionally, yeah.
Do you think I've got what it takes to make it as a professional beer can opener?
Man, you just got that little... I hadn't heard nothing, me personally, but if that's your dream, you need to pursue it. It sounded like to me, you just anybody else opening a beer can, popping the top, as they say, having to hear it on this every week. I get tired of it, and I don't think anybody else likes it either, really. So go do it somewhere where somebody gives a damn, maybe.
I guess you're right, Jackie, because what I thought I was doing was that I was taking... just a pedestrian act that everyone performs multiple times a day, opening a beer can.
Yeah.
And I was giving it a little twist by performing it on a podcast.
No.
But what you're suggesting is that I'm good enough that I don't even need the podcast
I don't know about good enough. It's just something, if that's what you do, I mean, go out there and prove it. Go out there and really do it. Don't sit here and wonder if there's a podcast award I could win. I mean, go out there and open beers everywhere you can.
So you're saying drop the gimmicks.
Well,
be true to myself.
Be true to yourself. That's right.
Fuck, man.
Hey, don't stop
this
your
is
mouth.
me.
Don't be true to that language.
Greatest showman. My favorite part of that movie is where Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman sing their song. I've listened to that over and over again.
There's some music it ain't my kind of music, first off, but I'm telling you, the animals didn't sing a lick in it. And they was cartoon computer animals anyway. We know they can sing. That's what they make them for. Yes, if they're not real animals, if it's cartoon computer, why didn't they open? I was waiting for it. This going to be good. Watch this line. They didn't do nothing.
I really thought that whole song was about Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman were going to become a couple, and then for the rest of the movie, they were not together. Well, I mean, they were friends, but I really thought, everything seemed settled by the time they got done with that song, and I thought, oh, that's great.
Who is that? Is that like the two men? One of them got ate up by a tiger. What is that? Their story? Remember Las Vegas? I can't remember the name.
Ooh, does somebody have the rights to that? That'd be a good musical.
Well, it'd be sad at the
What
end.
musical do you think we should work on next, Jackie?
Well, if this was successful and people and circus animals, it's Roy's, right?
Siegfried and Roy.
That's it. That's them fellas, yeah. But yeah, one of them got ate up, didn't he? Did he die? Is he still alive?
Ooh, man, I guess that's the sort of thing we discovered while we were doing the research for our Siegfried and Roy musical, which I would bet you $100 right now at this fucking moment.
Watch your
If
mouth.
somebody is sitting at a typewriter right now, type in Roy begins to sing onto a
One of them dead by now,
piece of
though, I
paper.
think he
Maybe
held
just
on.
old age. I don't
Well,
know.
no, he got ate up by. It was a combination. That and getting eat up.
That's true.
It ain't just getting
Well,
old.
that's true. If the coroner put out and it was like old age, yeah, he's too old to run from the tiger. Sound like a
No, that ain't
he
what
was
I'm saying.
too old to run from that tiger.
No.
It's like a Junior Samples joke.
Well, that'd be good.
He wouldn't tell a joke about Siegfried and Roy though.
No. He wouldn't know who they were.
Who is that? That's the joke is actually it's Archie Campbell trying to explain Siegfried and Roy to Junior Samples. And they eat the tiger. The tiger eats them, or they eat the tiger. That's an album title.
Yeah. It'd be good if he was still doing stuff. It'd be good no matter what it was.
Ah, that's it. The Junior Samples musical.
Now there you go. You got good country music, good that, yeah, sure. Nobody, even you don't even have to make a movie of that. If you could do that on your own and do it at the Murfreesboro Little Theater every week, you'd get people. If you did like Hal Holbrook did to Mark Twain, Junior Samples, you'd sell tickets. You couldn't. That's your claim to fame. If you want to make some money,
You're talking about me personally, specifically me doing Junior Samples as Hal Holbrook.
That's what I want to see.
I was thinking of a
watch
show.
it once,
show.
and everybody would come out and say that. I mean, if you find somebody could do it better than you, then yeah, get him to do it. But it's him up there telling his life story or whatever it is. People.
What's his life story though? He had one
He
good
was on
story
Hee
about
Haw.
fishing.
He was
Somebody
on
liked
Hee
it?
Haw. Oh yeah, that's all the stories behind the scenes at Hee Haw. What was going on?
That's pretty good.
There you go. That's a whole just being in show business
I don't
coming
even,
from where
what
he
would
come
that
from.
be? I don't even think you. One day they left the dressing room door open a crack. I mean, you can't even tell that story. I was thinking of a big.
People love it. I'm telling you, people love it. Junior Sample, one man show.
Well, I got to do something after this podcast ends, so maybe I was going to start writing it up.
I'd rather see that than one of them watch holograms, whatever it is. That I don't want to see them doing that with anybody off of Hee Haw.
Do you think we're close to a Junior Samples hologram?
I don't want them to do that. Something about that ain't right, I don't think.
What would it say? It tells some stories off his.
He had an album. What do you mean? What would it say? He had an album, a whole album worth of him
and then be
talking.
Like, right this way to the buffet. I'm imagining there's a buffet and.
Well, that's more money.
What's that town in Missouri where they have all the shows?
At Branson, Missouri.
Branson, Missouri. We still need to go over there and buy a theater.
Well, you get the right actor, you write it up, and you get him to do that in the weekend, every weekend or someplace. People line up to get to go see the Junior Sample show, telling their life story.
Oh,
People
that would
fascinated.
be
Yep.
medical scooter after medical scooter in a line, just waiting to get into that.
I'd sit
dinner
there at once.
theater.
I'd want to see it once. Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm going to work on it. The one thing though, I'm going to insist on is that there needs to be a show-stopping number like "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman. That's all about finding your true self down deep within and being that and standing up, showing the world who you really are.
Right. Man.
But the rest will be like fishing.
Yeah, with it.
Hee-haw.
Yeah. That's part that I was talking about. That's what
VR 549.
Funny parts. Yeah, that's what you want him to be funny. You don't want to get too serious. You get a little serious with him, like he ain't Johnny Cash. He didn't do a bunch of drugs. I don't think anything like that.
Did he?
Well, there you go.
I mean,
look
if it
into
makes it a better story, I don't see
Well,
why
if
we
he didn't-
can't
if
push
it
the
did-
edges a little on
I don't know about all
what's
the
true and what's not.
the drugs and stuff. He might have had a drink every now and then. Maybe had issues. Who knows? Everybody's got the personal demons. Ain't nobody perfect out there. So there's
No,
something.
not at all.
No,
And,
sir.
you know, if you want to enjoy a ladle of white thickening gravy from time to time, I certainly am not going to call the cops on you because
Nope.
Lord knows my hands are greasy and just as much as anybody else's, just as much as anybody else's. So Junior Samples musical, we got that to look forward to in the near future.
I don't think you even have to do songs. I know you want him singing.
Well, it's calling it a musical. It's going to be a one-man show,
Well,
person show.
Hal Holbrook never did start singing as Mark Twain. He
But
just
I think it's
walk around with a
important.
book or something. You
I've
know.
got one big number in me that I need to do.
He didn't. He just stood up behind the podium and walked back and forth. I mean, it was good. I ain't saying it's bad, but that's what I'm saying. He made money hand over fist making money. It didn't cost nothing. Put a light on me. I need a podium and maybe a rocking chair.
I don't think
Get out of the
anybody
way.
wants to see Junior Samples with a book.
Well, no, I'm saying the same. Like, here's what you need for Jay Samples. You need like a porch thing for him to lay on and a dog. What else do you need? There you go. It don't even have to be a stuffed dog or something. It don't have to be real. Just keep the budget low as could be. Technically, all you need is a pair of overalls. You know, that's all you need. He
That's
didn't wear
true.
shoes. He didn't even wear shoes.
Should we work in like white supremacy and
What?
Well, no, I was just not that he was a white supremacist.
What the hell are you talking
No,
about?
I'm not accusing Junior Samples of being a white supremacist.
No.
I just thought maybe he's telling his story to like a 14-year-old African American, just a person of color, maybe a young person in high school, and they're like, "How did you get successful?" And he's like, "Well, I had a funny fishing story." Like, you're like 500 pounds, like a 500-pound white guy got on TV by telling a fishing story on the news.
Oh, he told it funny. That's why people liked it.
He did. Look, sometimes we all benefit from the racist systems
What?
our corrupt society has put into place. I mean, maybe Junior Samples is one of those things we can all agree on. Like, that's fucked up, but it is a funny story.
Hey. Everybody, he gets telling a fish story when it's all over with. That's all you remember. Like, oh, yeah. That'd be good. You have to do it in the one-man show. You have to do it where he had to tell a little bit of it all the way through. At the end of the show, he finishes a fishing story. Like, you know what I mean? Things happen. He starts talking about his life.
That reminds me of my mama.
Yep.
I got to work on it a little bit. I hadn't been listening to these albums lately, but
They're funny. They're good.
one time Mama made a mess of butter beans. It was so bad I threw them outside and hit a raccoon. I don't know. We got a lot of work to do, but
That's funny, yeah.
we'll figure it out. We won't leave you hanging on this, folks. Thanks for being here as we started. What should we just do a new podcast series that's us doing the what? I feel now that you need a part in this.
What? No,
You be Archie Campbell?
I'm plenty busy. I don't want a part in it. That's what I said. One man show. Don't need nobody else. You don't need to. Watching somebody else listen to Junior Samples is just frustrating for everybody. You need to be the one. If you watch, because all your focus will be on him. Like, oh God, he can't. It needs to be you. Listen to him in one man show. Yeah.
Well, what if I do half of it? I do half Junior Samples, and then you do the other half as who?
I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do no show. I'm trying to help you out.
You don't want to
Give you a
drive
good idea.
across the country with me
No.
in a
No.
small,
Nope.
cheap rental car?
No,
Go
sir.
from town to town, a
Nope.
small theater to back alley club,
Nope.
performing our 2-person show?
Nope.
That doesn't sound like great to you?
It don't. No, that sounds awful. That sounds, nothing about that sounds appealing to me. But I think you by yourself doing that, it give you something to do, keep you off the streets, you make a little money. Because Lord knows you're getting up in age, you ain't got nothing. I don't know, I ain't going to be around to take care, it won't be nobody. So you need to find something.
Well, I'd say this one-person Junior Samples musical is it.
Well,
I guess if I became a success doing that, that would be just as hard to understand for a person of color. Like, what? How? Like, just frustrating. It must be. I can't even imagine. Like,
well,
seeing
you gotta
stuff
make
like this.
You got to make him lovable for all races to like. You can't.
Should then maybe we cast colorblind? Do some colorblind casting?
And if anybody's good enough actor, I guarantee you there's a black man somewhere out there that could do that voice better than you.
Yeah, I would guarantee it too.
It don't make a lick of bit. It's fine with me. I am okay with that. That's fine. If he does a good job, does a good job. Don't matter where you're from.
Okay, we're looking for the best actor.
What race you are.
Gender, race, non-specific.
Well, I don't want no woman doing it now.
What?
That's too much. You said gender. Because first off, if you get...
Should I not have said gender and just said man, woman, or whatever?
Just what? Junior samples. Just say, let's just keep it there. Just junior samples. He had to be a man. A woman doing that's different. I don't know. It's like a woman demeaning herself or something. I don't like that.
You're saying it's beneath a woman's dignity.
Well, to stand up there and talk real slow like that in overalls for a woman, I don't think anybody's gonna enjoy that. And that ain't necessarily a woman's fault. That's just
true. Even Lulu Roman eventually became a gospel singer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good story. A Lulu Roman story.
And you gotta need somebody, you know.
She's still alive.
She is. Good for her.
I wonder if she's written her own story. Well, a lot to think about, a lot to unpack there, folks. Thanks for listening to. Are we done?
No, we're supposed to do a little more here.
We haven't done our sponsors.
Well, we're finished with the awful news, so it's time to do sponsors.
It takes us a little time to decompose, decompress. And also it'll take us a little time to decompose because of all the chemicals I put in my body.
Well, I got a good sponsor this week. I'm happy about that. And when you have a good sponsor and you have good news, you combine those two things, it can't get more positive than that. And, of course, I am the spokesperson of Jackie for Dogs, but I'm proud to announce.
Oh, you're doing real,
Listen, proud to announce.
You are very excited, and you sound very enthusiastic.
Well, I am about this. That's the first thing. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure when you get back into class, Peter Pump 'em Up is going to be.
Peter Starwood ain't a class. He don't go to class.
Well, he's your excitement instructor.
Well, yeah, now he's on the salary for, they on Jackie for Dogs or Jackie's all the stores, so.
So you pay him.
Huh?
You pay him.
Well, I'm on salary too.
Oh, that's right. You don't own your own store.
Well, they listen to this. One or two sort of do. I think I need to look at the rest of Pinky Piglet Starrett Jr. She's got all the paperwork. She's fine. She's running this fine. He does a lot better than Daddy. I'll say that. All I have to do is show up, shake some hands, and smooth some. Right now, that's what I'm trying to do is smoothing some, things out that were, let's just say, not good. But let me tell you, I am proud to announce, as a spokesman for Jackie for Dogs, that all the dogs that had the gun harness situation at the Rutherford County Police, Murfreesboro Police Department, had rounded up these dogs. They had given 4 back, house arrest though. All these dogs, I'm happy to announce, all back home with their loving families, so we can put that behind us and move on. And no one's going to be trying to put on a gun harness on dog until they talk to several lawyers. We're going to figure out before we try that again. We're going to know each and every, every little cross, every T, dot, every I in that contract, whatever it is. It got to be rules, regulations. We're going to know them all. But we will put some karate hands on your dog, but that's more for, it's silly, it's funny, the hands coming out. But all the dogs that they were involved in that, or whether they did have a gun on their head or didn't, they're all back home with the families, and I know there's some happy people, happy children, and it's just nice to know Murfreesboro is smiling right now. For whatever reasons, and I don't know, they had to keep these dogs separated. The 4 dogs, Zesta Ranger, Barky, and Zesta's friend, they are still at what they call Jackie's 4 dogs. Come down there to the window, make sure you buy a ticket. You don't get, police don't get you, fine you loitering or whatever. But they're still staying there. They say they got to keep these dogs separated for some reason. That must be, I don't know. I think that may be more health something than legal, but I ain't no vet. But all the dogs, bless their hearts, are back home and bless their families. And I on behalf of Jackets for Dogs, we just want to welcome all those dogs back home, welcome those families, welcoming their loved one back, and we're happy to do it. And we're going to do a special because of that down at Jackets for Dogs. Come on, bring your dog. Don't worry, there ain't going to be no gun harness there. We're not, like I said, they ain't going to pull those out again till we know everything we need to know before we're allowed to do that. So that don't be concerned. I know the last time you brought your dog in to Jackets for Dogs, but we won't make that up to you. So it's half off all chew toys. For if your dog was confiscated by the Rutherford County Murfreesboro PD, half off on all chew toys for your dogs, because they're back home and they're loving being home and they want something to chew on, and you come on down here. Come down to Jackets for Dogs. Happy that you're all home.
You know, you remind me of sometimes, Jackie.
What?
Like right now, especially, you are the spitting image of her.
What? Her?
You know, wow, it's 2018. What year is it? 18?
What are you saying?
Sarah Huckabee Sanders, because she's really good.
Oh, don't say that, Sarah Huckabee.
Spinning and saying, hey, today's a great day.
She's a damn liar. Don't compare me to no damn liar.
I wouldn't say you're a liar, but I'd just like to say that you put a positive spin on the following story, which is you have been cheated out of a store empire.
What?
You own stores all over town and some in Memphis, if I'm to understand correctly.
Yes, I'm a spokesman person, Ronald
million
McDonald.
Jackie's Markets. But Pinky Piglet Styron Jr. has cheated you out of that, so you're only on a salary like Colonel Sanders.
No.
Or Ronald McDonald.
Well, Ronald McDonald, that's more Colonel Sanders than the clown, but yeah, same thing.
And you're on a salary like a commoner.
Why?
You show up, you punch in, even though your name is on every store, and you get no money.
Well, my picture's on the store, and I get plenty of money, and that's a salary, and that's between me and Pinky,
And they used your likeness to promote a store called Jackie's for Dogs, which was like a Petco. And then her boyfriend, the famous inventor, what's his name
again? Graham Bostaff Meansy.
Bostaff Meansy invented a gun harness for dogs that when the dog barked aggressively.
Only when aggressively, yes.
It would fire a gun. Now,
and we didn't get to test this either. I heard it over the phone, and I could tell the difference in dogs barking when bullets shot and when they didn't. Mm-hmm. But because of the incident or non-incident, whatever you want to say, we did not put this invention to test completely yet. I have all confidence.
And why was it that it didn't get tested? Because
somebody wasn't putting it on right. It wasn't the fault of that dog. That dog was still as any dog I'd ever see. You said, we're going to put this on, and that dog didn't move. It was like a pointer dog. It saw something. That dog wasn't going to move, wasn't going to take a breath. And the person putting on the gun harness didn't do it right, something in the,
And then the police swept
Well,
in.
the gun, went off, and then the police
confiscated all the dogs.
All the dogs, took all the dogs. Left us the gun harnesses. We still have those. We're putting them up for now. They are not here at the store, so there's no way
but
unless you bring your own. Well, karate hands on harness, that's where your dog wears that instead of gun going off. If bark aggressively, karate hands, fight you. But that's more for show. That's just, I don't know if that would particularly help somebody. That's just funny, It is funny to look
from
at.
A distance, it's funny.
Well, you don't, when a dog come up, you don't know what's going on. You say, oh, look at that dog. Oh, what is it? You don't know till your eyes focus, and then, have good laugh.
It's too late.
Yeah.
And so the police kept these dogs, and whereabouts were unknown.
Well, we didn't know what was going on. Again, I don't,
A lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of fears for the safety of the dogs, a lot of worries that they were an assassination pact for the Clintons.
People taking that too far. No, that ain't right. No.
There were 4 dogs that were put in a house under house arrest.
They remain to be under house arrest for reasons like I said, I'm thinking it's some sort of health thing. They need to keep these dogs separate from the other dogs that are loose right now for whatever reason. I don't know.
Pinky Piglet Styron orders Jackie to go down there every day and pick up their shit.
You don't have to. That's part of playing with them. You go play with the dog.
Anytime you can pay $15 to watch an old man pick up dog shit.
I don't do it every time I go. Just when there's an accident, I'm there. I take responsibility. Dog is a big responsibility, even if you got them for 3 or 4 hours a day. You got, you don't sit around and wait for somebody else to come in there and clean it up.
And now the dog's owners come and they pay $15 every day to watch the dogs through the glass.
They are allowed to see. Will pay for half. I don't remember, either free or half of that. I don't think that's
because there's windows all over this house.
Oh, it's big. Yeah, big opening. Yeah.
And the dogs can't see through the glass, so they've become very attached to Jackie.
Which I love every animal. That's just what that is. Hey, that's fine.
This is a happy story to Jackie. These dogs live in a house.
The whole house. Some dogs live in the yard. They can't come in. A lot of people don't let a dog live out in the farm, which is fine if a dog likes, but some dogs like to be inside. Some dogs, if they got plenty of room to run around, they got water and food. Water and food's the main thing. Dog pretty much, they'll adapt to everything else. You just got to feed them and water them. But these are inside dogs for the time being, yeah.
So this is a happy story to Jackie. Confiscated dogs, gunshots, and error.
Not a happy story. A happy ending to a story.
Oh, what's the happy ending?
All the dogs are home. I just said that. They finally let all the dogs back home. They're there. They're with the owners. In the story. Let's just let things, you take it up with the Rutherford County Police Department for taking those dogs. I didn't have nothing to do with it, neither did the establishment, Jackie, for dogs. We were just the premises where they swooped in and confiscated a bunch of dogs. But now all the dogs are home, and we're happy about that. Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
I also should put in here that Miranda Purcell had nothing to do with the dogs' disappearances.
Oh, who now?
She owns that first store.
Oh, Miranda Purcell.
Miranda Purcell. If she doesn't scare you, deep state thing will.
Yeah.
But she's actually a lovely woman.
I don't have nothing against her. She fine me. Yeah.
So your happy ending is that all these dogs come back changed and broken?
What?
Scary?
No, what do you mean?
Oh, come on, Jackie. You've heard the stories. People told me they've come up to you trying to get you to take them dogs back.
Well, they're your dogs. That's the responsibility. And don't start saying things that a few people say and it gets all
Lisa
over town.
Cardioid told me. Right. Lisa Cardioid told me that her little Ruscal, because Rascal and Russell had a baby and they named it Ruscal.
Yeah.
Lisa Cardioid told me that Ruscal, he's not been the same since Ruscal come back.
Those dogs, listen, they just got back. Are they going to be a little disoriented? Of course they are. Of course they're going to be confused. But they'll get, like I said, you feed them and water them, the rest of nature takes its course. They're going to remember, things going to come back to them. They're going to be just like their old fluffy selves, just being the animal you love. That's their job, and that's what they're going to go back to. You just got to give it a little bit of time.
What about Teeter Tater?
Don't start this. No, I didn't.
Mark and Everett Kern told me that they called you to see if you could either get Teeter Tater on a drug that would fix him or take him back to wherever what happened to him happened and undo it.
Listen, this is, first off, it didn't ask me personally. They asked Jackie for dogs. They asked the company. And a lawyer called down here and they talked to him and listen, Tater Tater, you're going to be fine. You take Tater Tater to the vet. Don't take, we're just like a store. And it was, let me repeat this. Let me make sure everybody understands this. It was the Murfreesboro Police Department to come took your dog. I didn't have anything to do with it.
See, Carlisle said that culottes every night at 3:17 a.m.
What time?
3:17 a.m.
Yeah.
Starts howling to be let out. Howling and making otherworldly noises. Now, that's funny because Lisa Cardioid told me that Rusk Owl has a doggy door, and every night at 3:17 a.m.
What?
goes outside to a certain spot in the yard facing southeast and stands at attention and stares.
What? That's a dog goes outside and looks at something. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mark and Everett Nurk said every night at 3:17 a.m., Teeter Tater scratches at the door with the strength of 10 Teeter Taters until they open it and let him out into the yard where he stands at attention and stares rigidly into the southeast.
Listen, the dog's been through a lot, and of course they going to be a little, it's going to take a while for them to get back in the flow of things, regular. But listen, a dog going outside and looking at something, that ain't,
They all go outside at the same time, 3:17 a.m., Jackie.
3:17 a.m. That's Amityville horror time.
No, it's 2 minutes past Amityville horror time.
What?
2 minutes worse.
2 minutes worse.
Are these haunted dogs?
Haunted dogs?
They all vomit ice cold blood.
Now, listen, I ain't seen this. Somebody said, I did hear about this. And if that's happening, you take your dog immediately to the vet. You don't bring them here.
Probably is a good advice. They vomit ice cold blood. I mean, it's all weird, but you should probably get them to the vet.
Absolutely. I don't bring them down here. Nothing I can do. But I heard some of the dogs, they probably switched the food where they had y'all dogs are used to eating, which y'all feed them for so long since you raised them and brought them up right, and then
blame the food, Trump.
Well, I'm saying they didn't. The police department probably fed it a different food, and that's what's has the side effect where they're getting they're throwing up. Now some dog, I think his blood's cold. It ain't hot, which is usually what.
What dogs are those? Godzilla dogs?
What Godzilla dogs?
Because a Godzilla is a lizard.
What do you look? This is take the dog to the vet. I ain't no dog. I ain't a doctor. I don't know. But if the dog's behaving in that manner, you immediately get them to the veterinarian. That's what you need to do.
Nobody wants these creepy ass dogs that you and the police ruined.
It's their dogs, and I didn't ruin nothing. And I'm sure if the dogs are gonna go right back to being the same, just give it a little time. Come down to Jackets for Dogs, get you a new chew toy for your animal. Get the plane with them, and just get them back at home like it's supposed to be. Half price down here. It's Ed and Chew Toy for one of the families who lost their dogs temporarily when they were confiscated by the Murfreesboro Police Department.
Why do their eyes change color when they stare southeast?
Now somebody said that. I think that's just the way the light's hitting the street light lamp is hitting it, or porch light's hitting it, and it makes it look that way. You've seen, remember. See a dog and the eyes look like a devil dog. It's just the way lights hit it. It ain't,
They said the eyes change color and you can see the flames of hell.
Oh, hell, I ain't seen no flames or nothing. Don't start saying this stuff, because as soon as you start saying it, somebody thinks one thing and the whole town, everybody's saying this stuff. So don't start it on here.
The only thing I regret about what I've said is when I was talking about the dogs being trained to be an assassination squad for the Clintons.
Uh-huh.
And I said that it was going to be coup time when Trump finally adopted a dog. I wish I'd said Coup Joe.
Coup Joe. That's a mean one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get it?
Huh?
That's just a regret from last week.
Last week. I regret all of last week, probably.
So that's Miranda Purcell. Get on down there and get you a fur coat. Get you some ladies' clothes.
You can do that, but that ain't a sponsor. Our sponsor's Jackie for Dogs. We're glad the dogs are home. Even like I said, just give it a little time. Don't jump to conclusion, and don't listen to this crazy fool. No matter how many times your dog throws up cold blood, don't listen to stuff like this. You just take him to the vet.
If it goes out at 3:18, you're really in trouble.
What?
Also at Miranda Purcell's, you can still smoke inside, so that's cool. Jackie, I've got a sponsor this week that I think you're really going to enjoy.
Well, I don't know about that.
Could you folks hear when I hit this table? Did you? Oh yeah, it's loud.
Take your head. You're knocking stuff around.
Shit,
yeah.
sorry, everybody. Oh, Jackie, I don't know if you remember last week, but I was exhausted probably about how people feel when they reach the 1 hour and 20-minute mark of this podcast.
Yeah.
I was just too tired to go back to what is that play? Numpo Town.
Yeah.
And the other one, Dunlap Village. Dunlap Village is probably my ancestors, probably a little inbred version of me.
Why?
Running around up there in the woods, just causing trouble and just being all sorts of wrong. And the Numpos really, really hate the Dunlaps. And the Numpos have this delicious jam that gets you high as fuck.
All right, watch your mouth. I don't care about hearing these little hippies out in the woods. I don't care about it, and that ain't no sponsor. Ain't no sponsor to have go out there and do drugs in the woods. Sorry, no.
So I needed to go back and destroy Dunlap Village because they wouldn't let me in. Because they sound awesome, because the Numpos describe them as tricksters and thieves and wine guts.
If that's private property and they don't want to there, sorry.
Now, who does that sound like?
What do you mean who sound like?
It sounds like me.
Well.
A trickster, a thief, and a wine gut.
Oh, hell.
You know how they talk. The loud of voice, sweat-slicked, foul-smelling self-pissers.
What?
I mean, that sounds like a family reunion if you ask me.
Yeah.
So I tried to find the time this week to get up there, and I was just wore out. Did you feel tired this week, or was that just me?
I feel tired every week. I'm up in age. I'm ready to go to bed all day.
Especially because we had that one day where we didn't do the podcast we were supposed to. I was like, this would be a good time for me to go burn down Dunlap Village and steal some of that Numpo tea.
Huh?
They smoke pipes that are long glass pipes.
What?
The Numpos do. And they put that Numpo weed in there?
Well, all right. It's just drugs out in the woods. It was a bunch of little hippies. That's stupid. A waste of time.
Their dogs are like horses?
What?
But you know what? I was wrong about that. I found out that their horses are like dogs. They don't actually allow dogs at Numpo Town. So if you had money on all the dogs being in Numpo Town, you're wrong. No dogs allowed.
Why would little...
Because they taste so delicious.
Dogs?
Numpos.
What?
Numpos taste like pate and liver and all kibble.
Oh, that's right. You said that they all... Yeah, okay.
So you can't have no dogs up in there.
Yeah.
And apparently you can't have... So I never made it down there, but what I did find I was in the market for that evening was you ever get a tater log from Dodge's store and say, what now? How in the fuck is this not a national franchise? Is Dodge's store a national franchise?
And not that I'm aware of. It's just, Dodge, tater log around here is all I can remember. Of course, I ain't been everywhere, so it could
Folks,
be.
if you're ever, this is not my sponsor. Fuck it, it is. My sponsor
watch
today
your
is
mouth.
Dodge's store. Go on down there and get you a delicious tater log. It is probably the best tater log you're ever going to put in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, good fried chicken, everything there you got. But tater log, that's your specialty. That's the best thing you got there. Yeah.
Is there a better tater log you ever had?
I ain't ever put one in my mouth.
So that's Dodge's store,
Yep.
Dodge General Store.
I do like your sponsor. I have to say, I doubt you. I don't think that's your sponsor. But if it's your sponsor, Dodge's, yeah. Dodge, I think it's Dodge General Store. I think. Got a big, big American flag over it. Big.
Oh, yeah. Probably the biggest one.
Biggest one in Murfreesboro, yes, sir.
Have you ever seen a bigger one in Murfreesboro?
Not in Murfreesboro, no.
Like you could wrap up, if you were desperate and you needed to tent a house for like termite spraying or roaches. I don't know, what do they ever do that for roaches or just termites?
I think termites, we got to put the whole house in a
If you
balloon,
needed to tent a whole fucking house, you could use
Watch
that
your
American
mouth.
flag.
It's big enough, but you shouldn't be using American flag for that. That's
Is
not
that part of the
disgraceful.
flag code, or is that
I'm sure
are you
it
just
is.
winging it? Is
I'm
it?
sure
I don't know.
it is. I don't know if it's in writing, but you ain't supposed to use it for tent.
All right, the flag loves bugs. I forgot. Yeah, good point, Jackie.
What?
Idiot. Listen.
What?
The other thing that they got at Dodge's store that I picked up this week was this funny little book. It's called the Numpo Times or the Numpo Gazette. It looks like a hippie magazine. It's gonna sell you like bong making kits and build your own sandal kits and long ass glass pipe making kits.
Kits.
You ever seen that picture of the first Rolling Stone where John Lennon was making that movie that swept the Oscars that year and became the biggest moneymaker of all time?
What?
Well, it looks like that, but shittier. The Numpo Gazette.
Gazette.
And that in the back of it, they got the map to how to find the Numpo town. But the cover of this week's issue, Jackie, really shook me to my core. It said war.
What?
With 3 exclamation marks. And the dots of the exclamation marks were pot leaves, which look like Numpo tea leaves.
All right.
So I'm thinking it may be the same thing.
Yeah.
And they said that that the Numbos had declared war on the Dunlap village. You remember my description of the Dunlaps from last week, Jackie?
Yes, I know. I remember.
Where I need you to imagine my body, the entirety of my body, right? The whole of me. Put the whole of me in your head.
No.
And then squish down the whole of me so that it widens.
All right. Just enough.
And everybody looks like Danny DeVito at a Renaissance fair. So it sounds like the Numpos have been finally taking their frustrations out on Dunlap Village. My possible ancestors, we share names. To me, it's like they declared war on America, or a part of it that I like the most.
War? What do you mean? A hippie war? What are you talking about? War?
But it sounds like many Numpos have been slaughtered.
What?
Or at least given a headache.
All right.
Because they were throwing around Numpo apples.
What?
Which also, I got to say, are a mild hallucinogenic.
Nothing makes
everything
sense.
There is, nothing makes sense, Jackie, maybe because your mind is narrow and you need to widen it.
No.
Like the whole of me.
No. Quit the stuff.
And you need to widen it like by taking one of these mildly hallucinogenic Numpo apples?
No, sir. You ain't going to get me to take no solution.
Let me describe a peaceful afternoon in Numpo Town. You under a tree with your shoes off, legs crossed. You look like a drawing that'd be on a mug in the 70s. And you're happily munching away on a fucking Numpo apple. And your mind's being freed. What's so bad about that? Maybe there's a rainbow.
No, every bit of that. None of that's good.
Maybe you got a cat from an underground comic sitting next to you.
What?
Doesn't that sound good?
Underground what?
Everything makes you high and smells musty. It's like a used bookshop after hours.
No.
Don't you want to go to Numpo Town?
No, I don't want to go no town. No.
Well, they said it was a slaughter, and I got scared, but then it turns out that the Dunlaps were just using slingshots made of discarded female Dunlap braziers to throw Numpo apples at people's
What are
heads.
you talking about?
Look, it's right. Read it.
I'm not gonna read any of that stuff in that. That look like that's a bunch of scribbles that drugs did.
Do you know how to read Numpo?
No, I don't know how to read no numpos.
Well, apparently it's a language that is in danger of dying because when a lot of these numpos got hit in the head, they went off to hospitals or returned to their hometowns.
What?
Apparently a lot of them were just from small towns in the Midwest.
Yeah.
We are losing an important way of numpo life here.
No, that's just less druggies is all I'm thinking. Send them back home. Don't come here and do a bunch of drugs out in the woods. Nobody needs to do that. I don't care where you're from.
So I read this and I said, you know what? If anybody can talk to these Dunlaps, even though they won't let me in, it's me. And I need to go save what's left of the Numpo way of life. Because although I am a trickster and a thief and a wine gut, in my heart I just want to be a peaceful Numpo. And to me it sounds like if you get those irascible Dunlaps, and the peace-loving, high-as-hell Numpos together. That, to me, sounds like the perfect place for me to live out the rest of my days. And maybe workshop this Junior Samples musical. So, folks, I wish I could tell you I rushed right there, but I fell asleep. You ever eaten one of them tater logs? It puts you right can you even imagine?
I ain't ever ate one of them. It's been years, but when you ate them, you never did eat them at regular hours. It was late at night. You know, you eat one. You ready
to go to bed.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having something to do and eating a bunch of tater logs?
No, you ain't. If you eat tater logs, you ain't got nothing to do but eat those tater logs, sit there and eat them, and you take a nap after. That's all you got time for.
So hopefully this next week I can get up there and check on everything. Shit, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have a busy week with things. Let me check my calendar.
What is it?
I gotta check my calendar.
Calendar? What are you doing?
Actually, I'm free, so maybe I can get up there. I don't know. Fuck. Shit. I am exhausted.
Hey, watch your mouth.
One thing I do know, I'm going to get to Dodge's store and get me some more tater logs. As Jackie says, you ain't got nothing to do if you are eating tater logs.
Us down, but our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say
done.
Trump gets down there in Florida and he just starts. He must have a secret hiding place where he gets on Twitter.
He down, what do they call it? Logo? Margo
Logo.
Margo Logo, what they call it.
He goes down there, he takes pictures with giving the thumbs up, and then he goes hides in a room and tweets.
Hides in what room? What do you mean, tweet?
Well, I don't know. He must have a secret room at Mar A Lago where he goes to hide and tweet so that people can't take his phone away.
That's like a big resort or something. What is it? Golfing or something? What is it? What do you do there?
Charges dealed on a big win, written by Michael Goodwin of the New York Post, succinctly states that the Russians had... Anyway. Melania and I met such incredible people last night in Broward County, Florida. We'll never forget them. Or the evening! Exclamation point.
What was you there? About 10 minutes? How long was you there?
Well, he's in one... it looks like the same hospital room. He went to the hospital.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. He could have done a lot. He could have been, for all I know, he was out there helping sweep the streets.
Well, he was golfing at some point in time. He went to,
Would you go to, let's say somebody you won a contest and the prize would get to go to Mar A Lago.
What the hell? I don't play golf. I don't care. Why would I want to go there? There's no reason to go.
I don't know. Is there like a free breakfast buffet, like continental breakfast, get a bagel or
Hell, I don't know. Is he going to be there? If I could go there and tell him off to his face, I'd do that. Yeah.
Some of them have a waffle machine. You get the little boxes of cereal.
That's like at a hotel. Yeah, get up in the morning. Is it a hotel? Is that what it is?
I think you can stay there too, right?
Stay there. Hell, I don't know. He does. He lives there.
I don't know. Is it just golf or can you stay there? I thought there was hotel rooms there.
It may be. I don't know the first thing about it. The rich place that he owns. That's all I know. Yeah.
Should I look it up?
I guess if you want to. It don't matter a whole lot. I know he goes there and has, sits outside and, has a big dinner or something. They had a disco party. Said I heard that. They had a big disco party after he got done going to the hospital. Somebody said that. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what they do there.
It is hard. It is easy. I think the Russians are like, well, fuck, all we have to do is tell them a couple things ain't true. They'll believe anything nowadays.
Yeah.
And the same way now, if you hate Trump, you're like, you know what he did after he...
I don't know if I got to wait. Who knows what's real, what not. People make up stuff all the time. You don't have to make stuff up about him.
No, that's true.
You don't have to.
It's true.
What's real is, and half the stuff that they're saying is made up on, I guarantee you, it's more than likely true.
If somebody had told me he went to the hospital and offered all the victims a Taco Bell fry, and was like, they got French fries now at Taco Bell. I would believe that.
Yeah.
Why would I not believe it?
I would put it past him, yeah.
It'd actually be one of the nicer things he's done.
Yeah.
Because those fries are good.
I hadn't had them yet. They don't seem right to me, but I ain't had them.
The splendor, elegance, and style of what may be the world's most beautiful and exclusive private club awaits you. What sets the Mar A Lago Club apart from any other club in the world are the extraordinary suites. Ornately carved and hand-painted Moorish ceilings, spectacular ocean views from balconies and verandas with antique Spanish tiled mosaics all lend historical beauty to every suite. Now, you can take stuff that's Spanish or Moorish and put it in your hotel to use, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can stay there. Because didn't they have everything bugged in that part of it? They got everything bugged. They said he could spy on you at his hotel.
I don't doubt it. It makes sense.
That's true.
To me. If he's less to it than Russia, yeah, so watch what you're saying, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't go there to begin with.
So, Russia hacked into Facebook, basically. So now Russia knows all my friends' birthdays.
Yeah. They know everything inside the computer. That's the reason I don't put nothing on there. That's why I don't do nothing except for talking.
Yeah, but it can hear you now when you're talking.
Well, what?
I guarantee you, when I pull my phone up on my Instagram, it's going to be a fucking ad for Taco Bell fries, which is fine, honestly. But they heard me say it, and they put a thing up because you can dip them in that cheese sauce. Fuck. Hey. Everybody, go get you some Taco Bell fries.
Russia makes you taco fries on your phone? What?
They're sitting over there laughing like this fat ass wants more fry pictures. All right, here you go, lard butt.
Well, if you are listening, I got a thing or two to tell you. Listen here, you old Ruskies. Well, we didn't like you during Reagan. Reagan sure didn't like you, and he made you take that wall in Germany to tell us stick it up your rear end. And someday we'll have another good president, maybe, hopefully, someday, maybe not, I don't know. But
probably
if we
not.
do, after this, I don't know. It's ruined. Even if it's somebody good, it don't matter. You're saying you get tired of people calling him the president. You can call him president anytime you want to. It don't matter to me. You done ruined. It's over with.
You still talking to the Russians?
Huh? No, I was talking to you then. But right, yeah. If you listen to this, and first off, I'm awful upset with you. I'm mad as hell, and you better hope I don't. You better not be listening to me anymore and stay off a computer. I don't know what else. Tell them go to hell. What else?
Yeah. Tell them that.
Go to hell. SCF. There you go.
That felt good.
Well, are you sure they're listening?
I mean, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.